Well, greetings, Cat fans. Welcome to episode 295 of the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast. This is Rick Verbanis. I'm your host, and I've got a co host. You know his name. It's Bob Lucius. Oh, Bob. Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known, but when I dial the telephone, nobody's home. All by
I
myself.
love that song, Rick.
Don't wanna be all by
Yeah,
myself anymore. Okay, enough of
classic.
that.
It's a classic.
Yeah, do you know who sings it?
I have no idea. Was it a one-hit wonder by chance?
Eric Cartman. Damn it. Oh no,
Carmen.
Eric Carmen. Sorry, Eric
Carmen.
Carmen.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a
I just
great
put an
one.
earworm in all of our listeners. They're all
Yeah.
cursing my name right now.
Yeah, I love when that one comes on Bob FM.
Do you know when it came out?
1976?
It came out in 1976.
All
Do you
right.
know any like the week it came out?
Was it June?
It was actually the root. Well, it came out in 1975, but the week of March 9th, 1976, that was the number two song.
Wow. Took a whole year for it to wow.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. Yeah.
But you know what else came out March 9th of 1976?
No.
Today's comic. We are
Oh,
covering
yeah, that's a trick
Captain
question.
America 198.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Man, you, you ever get sentimental for the late 70s, Rick?
Sentimental. Nostalgic
Nostalgic?
maybe. Yes,
Yeah.
nostalgic. You know, it's all about the people, right? It's the people that you're with and the experiences that you have, and everything else is just triggers for that. So whether it's a
Right.
song, whether it's
Hmm.
a commercial, whether it's a TV show, a movie, a book, whatever, right? A smell, right? Like they're all just triggers to bring you back to that those important times. And yeah, I get nostalgic.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and some of those sappy songs can get you a
Oh,
little
they get you every
sentimental.
time. I heard one. I don't remember what it was. My wife and I, God, it might have even been yesterday. Well,
Oh,
it's
Yesterday by the Beatles. Yeah, that's a good
no, no,
one.
no. It might. I can't remember when it was. It might. We were driving someplace. Wife was driving. I was sitting
Uh-huh.
in the passenger seat, looking out the window. Song comes on the radio, and it like took me right back to like riding in the Oldsmobile station wagon, with the window down and the
Uh-huh.
radio going, that song on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
just has the ability to transport you back. But those, yeah, those sappy ones from the 70s do it for me every time.
Yeah, and you know the 80s had I go back and I look at like I don't know, like sometimes in my social feed I get a here were the top songs this week in
Mm-hmm.
1984. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll take a look. And I look and I'm like, half of them are like slow ballads. And it's
Uh-huh.
just like, wow, really?
Yeah.
You know, there's, yeah,
Yeah. 80s song that does it for me.
hmm
You choose Sunday Bloody Sunday.
really.
Yeah.
When you say does it for you, what do you
Yeah.
mean by
That really takes me back because I was in the backseat of Sue Nikoja's car, the
that?
Beast.
Say no more.
No, 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 no. She was driving, but the girl that I had a crush on at the time,
hmm
it was me and like Sue and a bunch of other people and several of my friends all trying to jam ourselves into this car. And this girl that I had a crush on had to sit on my lap.
Oh no. How old
Yeah,
were you? How old
I
were
think I
you?
was a junior in high
Uh-huh.
school, early my
Uh-huh.
junior
That was
year.
like
So
your
that,
best day ever.
oh my gosh, yeah. So that song takes me back, right away. So
Yeah, I think
corduroys,
we all have a
yeah,
song like that
yeah.
for those types of things. Yeah. Um, I gotta say though, we are covering Captain America 198, which came out that week. It had a uh, cover date of June 1976, which I understand that's why you went with that. And before we get too much into this, I just will remind our listeners because we are covering Jack Kirby's Mad Bomb. This is part 6. So if you haven't listened or watched part 5, you need to go check out episode 291 right now, or else you're going to be completely lost. And we'll get you up to speed anyway. It doesn't matter. So that's what we're covering today, Bob. Jack Kirby's Mad Bomb, Part 6. There are only two parts left, Bob.
Yeah,
So episode 299 is going to be parts 7 and 8. So we might have a little extra long episode for that one. But that's going to be Captain America 199 and 200, all leading up to, at that time in 1976, was leading up to the bicentennial. And we will be leading right around the time this comes out. It will be our 250th anniversary. So we got it all planned out, Bob.
we do. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those last two episodes, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
As we approach I cannot believe it's been 50 years since this came out.
I know, right?
That is crazy. And I think I told you, I have a lot of memories of my youth, but I do remember July 1976. Well, it wasn't July because obviously I was out of school, but it was June 1976 as we prepared for 4th of July, whatever it was, right? Our
Mm-hmm.
bicentennial. And my mom made me a little Minuteman costume that I wore, and I found that photograph. So I was very excited. I was
Oh,
like, 50 years. I can't believe that was 50
all
years
right,
ago.
listeners and viewers, come back for episode 299, and we will have Bob's Minuteman costume to share on the show.
Yes, very authentic, except for the striped tube socks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the man part.
Yeah. In the man part. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Speaking of costumes, Bob, did you? I see you got the memo on what T-shirt to wear.
Yeah. Right. Right. No, it came down from up high. So,
Mm-hmm.
I just do what I'm told around this place. So, yeah. Yeah. We're looking good
I
tonight, my
know,
friend.
right?
Yeah.
Although I don't know, I think it looks better on you.
Well, I think it's the light. I
Mm.
think it's the light. I was going to go with the full look,
Oh, look at that with the
but
glasses.
yeah. So these are my reading glasses. So
You know what? I feel like the movie was Schwarzenegger and DeVito and twins. I feel
it does have that vibe. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I should take this so people can tell which one is which.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, listen, if you're watching on YouTube or watching on Spotify, we have the same Jack Kirby T-shirt. Now, I don't know about you, Bob, but I pick out my shirts for depending on what we're covering in that
Mm-hmm.
episode. So, it could be a Jack Kirby, it could be another artist, it could be a particular logo that matches, it could be a time period that matches. I usually have that in the back of my mind when I pick out my
Wow.
shirt. Do
Yeah.
you?
No, not at all. I pull open the drawer and I usually just grab the one that's on top, which of
Uh,
course, I probably have 15 cap shirts in there.
yeah, me too.
But I don't necessarily, reach to the bottom. So
Mm,
you tend to see the same ones over and over again, but I should
mm.
be more mindful. And I do have some, actually, this will surprise you. I do have some squirreled away.
Mm.
Yeah, that I've
As
never
in,
worn.
oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shocking.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
So,
ones I have on the bottom of the pile are the ones I can no longer fit in. And and I used to wear them on this podcast. I mean, we've been doing
yeah,
this podcast, what, 5 years now? And
right.
I used to be able to fit in them. But
You got to
uh,
lay off the bench press, man.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. The arms are too tight.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Birthdays. Bob, there is, if you are listening to this episode on the day that it comes out, which is June 10th. A few days from now would be a birthday for one Neil Adams if he was still with us.
Indeed.
Legendary Neil Adams. I know you're wondering, well, he's not a Captain America artist. No, but he did Captain America and the Avengers for a few issues.
Sure.
And quite frankly, it's Neil Adams. I don't
Right.
need an excuse to celebrate one of the great legends.
Right. 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 Yeah. Nope. Very, very important.
Yeah. Speaking of birthdays, that is also my son's birthday,
Is it really?
June 15th.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, how old's your son going to be?
25.
20.
Quarter of a century.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Where'd those years go?
Well, apparently they're creeping up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm. Yeah, if you think about it, when when we started this podcast, my son was still a teenager.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, I went through the whole, God, college, graduated from college, on,
Yeah, all that stuff.
touring, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
He's had a
Mm.
life, man.
Well, and
And
we
here we
thank,
are.
yeah, same old, same old. But we also appreciate our listeners for sticking with us all this time, and we couldn't do this without you. So we really do appreciate each and every one of you for listening, for watching, for commenting, for liking, for sharing, all that fun stuff.
Yes, and we got great listeners too, and not recently, at least on the podcast, have we got many comments, but we do get comments in the Facebook group,
Oh yeah.
where there's often a
Hmm.
very energetic commentary on some of our episodes.
Indeed. Yeah. Good stuff there. I probably spend too much on Facebook, but it's mostly because of that group.
Yeah,
All right, Bob, should we get to today's comic?
yeah,
Well, as I mentioned, it's Captain America 198, and the creators, as I mentioned, is Jack Kirby. So he's the writer, he's the penciler, he's the editor, and then the inker is Frank Giacoia, colorist Michelle Wolfman, and letterer Gasper Salandino. Now, Jack and Frank did the cover. Do you want to take the listeners through the cover?
yeah. So first of all, love that canary yellow background, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of that, and we're with the Captain America and Falcon logo as well. So interestingly enough, it has if you've seen Deathlock Lives, you've kind of seen
Mm-hmm.
this cover. So
Yeah,
we got
I was going to bring that up.
were
Captain
you?
America 286, which Mike Zeck did, the classic cover of Zeck in the sewer holding up his pistol with the scope, which is also the ray with and I think that's an homage
Mm-hmm.
to this particular cover.
Makes sense. Makes sense. In this cover, however, we got a bit of a thug wearing. I struggled with this, Rick. Because I like to do my research. Was this a flat cap or a newsboy cap? Man, I went round and round with this, right? Because of course I like to be precise, in my
Mm-hmm.
description. So I came down that I think this is a newsboy cap, and I
Mm.
know a lot of our listeners will know the difference, but for those that don't, a flat cap is usually made out of a single piece of cloth, whereas the newsboy cap is made out of 8 sections. So same brim, that flat brim, often with a little snap that snaps the top down to it. But you can see the lines here on the cap. So behind the little word box. So I'm guessing this is a newsboy cap. In any case, he's got a gun. He's holding it in 2 hands. It's a
He's got a
pistol.
gun.
Oh my gosh, don't get me going on Run Jody Run.
Please
My
don't.
favorite song from the 70s, Rick.
Please don't.
All right. In any case, look it up, folks. And he's got a very big scope on this weapon. And reflected in the scope, we see Cap cradling a young woman who is wearing a green cloak.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said schmuck, but it's a cloak with the hood over her head. And we see Falcon coming down from the air behind this tough guy. And the title says on the cover, Cap's love story. Yeah,
What?
yeah. They met in the shadow of death, and not even the Falcon can save them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, man, obviously that's got my attention.
Yep. That is an interesting cover, so much so that it inspired Mike Zeck. So, that gun has a little bit of a Kirby-esque flair to it, don't you think?
Oh, it is. It looks like it was machined out of a solid piece of metal,
Mm.
right?
What do you
So,
think? Do you think this thug needs to trim his nails a little bit?
yeah, that was well. He's got some square fingers, my friend. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, he's got to have a hard time getting a pair of gloves that fit. So, he hates winter.
Yeah,
So,
right. Yeah, still only 25 cents though.
he's definitely a mittens guy.
Yeah. All right. So we get to the opening splash page, and we see an image, a bus shot of Cap in the foreground and Falcon behind him. And who's that behind Falcon?
Well, you know that is Lieutenant General because I respect his rank. Argyle Fist.
That's right.
Love that name.
Yeah. Which would do you like it? Just is it just because it's together, or would you like? Does Argyle make it? Does Fist make it? Like
You
what?
know, it's got a balance, right? I mean, I'm
Uh
thinking like
huh.
comfy Argyle sweater, and then you marry it with a fist.
Uh huh.
You know, I remember when I have three older brothers, Rick, the youngest of those brothers, when he's only got one child, he's got a son. And when his son was born, he tried to convince his wife that they should name him Faustus.
Right. I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, because it means fist in German.
Uh huh.
So I maybe I'm just drawn to that name. I don't know. Argyle
All right.
Fist, though, it just seems like the best of both worlds.
It does, doesn't it? All right. And at the top, it reads in war and conspiracy, and in the many deadly ways invented by humans to seize the bounties that flow from power, there are quiet pauses in which the combatants suddenly find themselves confronted by the unforeseen, by tenderness and the eyes of innocence, and a face that can haunt a man for a lifetime. Now, the Falcon does his action bit as a counterpoint to,
Captain America's love story.
if you followed the previous issues, and you should have, you would know that Cap and the Falcon are hunting conspirators with a superweapon at their command. We've taken an underground installation with a massive equipment and hundreds of personnel, but there's not a sign of the devilish thing we're looking for. The conspirators always seem to be a step ahead of us. The battle we fought to gain the place was a meaningless victory. My task force didn't fight in vain, gentlemen. The trail is still hot. And we turn the page. It's a big old double page splash, one huge giant image. Bob, what are we looking at here?
Oh my goodness, this looks like a gigantic cavernous room, Rick. Many stories high. And so, I mean, we see soldiers running all over the place. Of course, we see the lackey soldiers and competitors of the elites running around, being chased by the soldiers. They're being rounded up, arrested. But there's all kinds of sophisticated equipment in this room as well. And in the middle of the room is this very large circular, well, it looks like a cradle of some sort, for some sort of device. And Falcon is flying high above everybody in this room, and Cap is there as well, and Fist way down below, basically managing this whole operation.
The conspirators are a massive group who serve a mysterious elite. At their command is money and organization, and a fantastic potential for carrying out their threat to take over the nation. And Argyle's troops are in there taking weapons out of other people's hands, uh, and one of them says, "There's no end to this underground setup. They've even got a factory down here." The big mad bomb was assembled here. It must have been slipped out before the attack, General. My guess is that we'll run across some hidden railway system that leads to a shipping terminal. One of the soldiers has a pistol on the enemy. It's over for you, chum. You small fry will have to take the rap for the biggies. End quote. But Falcon is flying overhead because, again, it's a really large room. They seem to have it all, don't they? The conspirators built the giant cradle to hold the mad bomb. I wonder where it is now, in what sort of outlandish place. I'll keep searching. The enemy must have bungled it somewhere in their haste to abandon this plan. And then we turn the page, and Cap comes up with this huge diagram. Big Daddy may be gone, but he left his figure behind. He's as large as a Titan missile. A simulated brain, encased to broadcast madness. It's a frightening weapon. The general realizes how feeble his estimate really is. He knows that a peanut sized mad bomb had destroyed a town. That one, only slightly larger, has wrecked a city. It is painfully obvious what Big Daddy can do. There's no doubt of it. When Big Daddy goes operational, it will destroy this country. Have you found any clues here, Falcon? Nothing that will help us. Whoever organized the conspiracy has done a thorough job of planning and timing. We haven't been outfought, we've merely been outthought. There must be some new approach we could take. There is. I've radioed our findings to Washington. They've ordered me to wrap up this hideout. I've also got new orders for you both. It seems their agents have spotted Mason Harding, the electronics genius. He vanished from sight 2 years ago. What does that mean for us, General? It means that Washington is convinced that Harding is somehow involved in the conspiracy, that perhaps he conceived and designed the mad bomb. You two must be there when Harding is captured. The chances are good that Harding knows where the Big Daddy bomb has been planted. So we go to the next scene, and it's days later at a seaside estate on the East Coast. And here we see an older gentleman who is bedside with a young lady. But behind him are two guards, but they are dressed, I don't know, they have sport coats and turtlenecks on and sunglasses. And I don't know, Bob, what do you think of these two guys?
They look shady to me. Yeah,
Mm.
they definitely look shady, particularly that one in the front of the
Wearing
two.
shades?
Yeah, wearing shades with that Neil Diamond look haircut from the late 70s.
Make it fast, Prof. Time's running out. We can't stay too long in one place. Bob, got a question for you.
Yeah,
Um, do you ever get referred to as a professor?
I do. Yeah, students
Ha-
call me that.
has anybody said, "Hey, Prof"?
Nobody has said that. I don't think it's intended here. I think they just use that as shorthand and probably expected.
So the letterer got
Yeah,
a
lazy.
little lazy.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I think he would have otherwise had to put a hyphen there and
Yeah.
continued on.
Well, time's running out.
We could quit. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a full schedule and all that jazz. Listeners, what you can't see is Bob just gave jazz hands.
Yeah, all that jazz.
As you can see, Carl, I must be leaving. Are you sure you're feeling better? Better is a relative term, Father. I I feel stronger. I suppose I'm ready to walk about, but that won't cure my illness. Nonsense. All the reports aren't in yet. Your operation left you weak, but you've been recuperating marvelously. I think some exercise would be in order. Yes, I suppose so. But right now, I've no desire for it. I've been chained to this illness too long, I guess. Let's split, eh, Prof? What do you say? If you think it's wise. However, I plan to return to visit her until her recovery is complete. Mend quickly, dear. And he leans in to give her a kiss on the forehead. I'll be back this week and looking in on you again. Don't mind this security problem. I've engaged in secret government work, and this sort of thing is a necessary part of it. I I understand, Father. Please be careful. We'll see that you keep chucking, Prof. Our outfit's taking care of your kid, too. Now, let's go. You don't want to see you crying, do you? This way, Prof. The car's waiting. Mason Harding leaves the estate in the company of his guards, and he goes out. What are we looking at here, Bob?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a car parked in front of that house, and he is being accompanied by three heavies this time. the two from inside, and one who got out of the back of the car, I think, and is opening the door and basically making way for him to get in that car.
And the two guys that were with them, they have their hands inside their
Yeah,
suit pocket to I guess be able to pull out a gun at any moment.
yeah. That it seems like they want to be quick on the draw if
Hmm.
necessary.
And in your copy, is the car, the sedan, purple?
It is. It
Yeah,
is purple.
yeah. Not a deep purple. It's kind of like a reddish purple, right? Like a plum.
Yeah, like a plum. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why that was important, other than the fact that you don't normally see a car that color. So
Well, I think
again,
it
I
goes
I
well with his lime suit coat.
it
So,
really does, doesn't it?
yeah.
I get jumpy every time we come here. The feds are gonna find this joint sooner or later. There's enough guns here to take care of the nosy feds. Let's take off. Meanwhile, in the surrounding woods, who do we see, Bob?
Well, we see somebody with a fedora with his binoculars up to his eyes, and he seems to be talking into some sort of communication device.
I see Mason Harding leaving now, Chief. He's flanked by uglies, as usual. This is his third visit to this place. He'll be back again, I'm sure. There's something or someone here that's important to him, but I haven't been able to penetrate the security screen to find more. And it's like a two-way communication, but it's like a video, so you could see the faces. Wow, like man, we're talking George Jetson stuff here.
Yeah, it's a smartphone.
You've done well enough. Return to base. Two new men will take over when you leave. The government agent cuts short his vigil and leaves as silently as he came. He makes his way to the sand dunes, where the woods thin out and the sound of the sea covers his departure. Back at the great house, only one window blazes brightly. It is the room of a girl who fears the night, fears that the darkness will stay and engulf her for eternity. And we go back to the room where that young lady was in bed, and I guess the colorist really liked that color because, like,
Got a
that's,
good deal on it.
I
Yeah.
guess so. It's because of the color of the bedspread here. And there is a nurse who is coming through the door in a nurse's outfit. You can't keep your lights on all night, Carol. I'm switching them off. Oh, do what you like. I no longer care. Night or day means nothing to people like myself. There is a soft click. The lights wink out. And where Carol lies, the sound of poorly smothered sobs can be heard in the darkness. All by myself.
Uh,
I'm going to die. I'm going to die without ever having lived. Death will change nothing. I shall simply be a non person in another sense. And what shall I leave behind? Dreams and fantasies that never materialized into real people. It isn't fair. It isn't fair. It's all also horribly unfair to Father. He worked so hard to help me, and always in the shadow of those unpleasant security people. At that moment, the night itself has spoken quietly. I've brought you a stranger, it says. What are we looking at, Bob?
so the window has opened. We see the moon in the distance. It's dark outside, and we see in the shadows what appears to be Captain America. He's covered in shadows, but we see that white star on his chest and the silhouette of his shield.
Who's that? Who are you? The stranger comes forward in the dim light. He is also like no man Carol has ever seen. His garb is like none worn by any other man. He is like a fantasy, which has finally come true. Oh, I didn't expect. You're stealing my line, whoever you are. I'm Carol Harding. For behind the mask, two piercing blue eyes study Carol as if she were some cryptic puzzle without an answer. Please don't be uneasy. I, I know you're not a burglar. At least I've never heard of one who wore such clothes. You take a lot for granted, miss, but I thank you for your confidence. The stranger moves like a cat. He is at the door in one swift movement. You were foolish to come here. The house is full of security people. It's because of my father's work. Very hush hush, you know. Then doesn't it occur to you that I might be a spy, a dangerous enemy? But you trust me. I could see it in your eyes. You're far more foolish than I, young lady. I I must go. I'm sorry to. Oh, don't leave yet. We we could talk about human secrets instead of meaningless things made from bits and pieces in some antiseptic laboratory. There is a softening in the eyes behind the mask. The stranger sits at the girl's side. By the way, he's sitting in a chair, not on her bed.
Yes,
Just
yes. He's got
keeping it on the up and up.
appropriate distance.
You've been ill and lonely, and apparently not fond of the company in this house. Uh, they're kind to me, but very cold, almost sinister. I can't tell you who I am or why I'm here. I also urge you to keep this, visit off the record. Will you do that? It's very important. I give you my word. There's something about you that I like, a certain quality I've missed in any person I've ever met. And Cap thinks to himself, an innocent, caught in the web of conspiracy. That fool, Mason Harding, has put his own daughter in the worst of situations. You seem lost in thought. If you share them with me, I'll gladly tell you mine. Like yourself, I think about people. I think of the conflicts which arise because of their different versions of right and wrong. That's a heavy thought. I think you're a very sensitive person. I've seen my share of trouble, miss, but I must go. It it isn't proper. No, no, no. Not when you've just begun to know each other. You're a strange young woman to display such interest in a man whose face is concealed by a mask. It may seem strange to you, but I have this feeling that I'd I'd like to see you again. Will I see you again? I'm stronger now. I can get about if I wish. We could meet elsewhere. Yes, I suppose we could. But your security people, would they allow you to leave the premises? Of course. It's not as if I'm a prisoner in this house. And Cap smiles and waves. Tomorrow, then. It's a short stroll to the beach. The sea breeze may be good for you. Before Carol can answer, the tall stranger is gone. The night which has brought him has taken him back. Tomorrow, at the beach, I'll be there. I'll be there. And she lays back into bed and closes her eyes. I suppose one could call it madness, but I somehow believe it's a miracle. The man behind that mask is worth the risk of hanging one's heart on a rosy dream. I must take that risk.
Wow, that's a quickly developing relationship.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Also, I'm not sure what time we're supposed to meet at the beach.
I know, right?
I'll just wait.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at the nearby beach, Cap makes it down. This is an incredible development. Somehow, finding such a sweet girl in that nest of reptiles is shaking me up. Cap looks to the moonlight sky and spots the soaring figure of his unique partner. And we see a shadow on the beach, must be from the moonlight, of the falcon flying by. Down here, Falcon. I've been inside the house. Good deal. I kept the guards busy. They thought I was some giant night bird. I found out why Mason Harding visits the place. I found out why he'll return again. But it has nothing to do with the mad bomb. That doesn't matter. If Mason Harding designed the bomb, he must know where it's been planted. The point is that we've got to take him during his next visit to that house. We can't risk a shootout with his armed guards. Harding's daughter will be caught in the crossfire. Hey, Bob. And then in the background, that's a pretty big wave.
that is a sizable wave that's coming in there.
It's funny. I'm just seeing it now,
Yeah.
but this reminds me of a sip, like a wine and painting class that I took. And
What?
so me, my wife, and my daughter a few
Yeah.
years ago went to one of these places that you bring your own wine, and then you
Uh-huh.
have they give you everything you need to paint with, and there's an
Yeah.
instructor there, and he's like, okay, now do this, dab here, do this, use this color, mix it up, do this, and we're all doing the same scene. Well,
Yeah.
the scene was an island that had a little bit of purple in the dark sky
Yeah.
and waves like this, and then the beach, and then had the little sand, the little grass coming up in little patches, just like it does here.
Huh.
It really
Wow.
does. If I, you know what, if I can find it, and I'll take a picture of it,
Please
and I
do.
will put it up during this podcast so people can
Yeah.
see
Huh.
my painting.
Huh. I dated a girl once who painted with parts of her body. I don't have any of that art anymore. I was required to get rid of that, but in any case,
Her fingers,
wasn't her fingers.
her her toes. That's
No.
talent right there.
Yeah, no, no,
No,
no.
elbow.
Anyway, moving along.
Listeners in the Facebook group, let's all take guesses, shall we?
Yeah,
Can we get people to put in their biggest guess?
yeah.
Yeah. And I applaud you if you use Captain America images of certain body parts.
Right, yes.
That's right. Harding's daughter is the reason for his visits. She's recovering from an illness, and she's not involved in the conspiracy. In fact, to see her, to talk with her, it's a hauntingly moving experience. Nothing must happen to that girl. We see a close up of Cap's eyes. Oh, great. That's just great, man. Does that mean we wait until she's well enough to leave for a vacation? No. If luck is with us, she'll be on the beach here tomorrow. I have a plan which depends entirely on her showing up. Now, Bob,
Yeah,
I wouldn't call this a pet peeve,
yeah.
but it is something I don't know why, but it annoys me. And again, not to a great extent. It's just something I notice and I'm like, oh, that kind of
Uh-huh.
annoying, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember a conversation? And I don't know how many years ago it was, but we were doing this conversation. Bob, how many exclamation points are a proper amount of exclamation points?
I think you prefer one.
One, or if it's really, you know,
Two?
no, Bob,
No?
it's one or three.
Three.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
One is your typical
Yeah.
exclamation point ending sentence. Three is like, wow, right?
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
with the two? What
Yeah.
does two signify? I am confused. I don't know where to be on this. Am I somewhat energized? Am I like, right? But not only in just one panel,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
there are four times that Kirby, or maybe
Uh-huh.
it's the letterer, but Kirby has two exclamation point. Oh, great. That's just great, man. And each one has two. And then that's four times. And then on
Yeah,
top
here we
of
go.
that,
There we
there
go.
are two question marks. There's no situation where you need more than one question mark. If you
Yeah.
have more than one question mark, it should be question mark, exclamation mark, question mark,
Yeah.
right?
I'm sorry, what did you say? Question mark, explanation, exclamation point, question mark?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say that, but that's what I meant.
Okay. Oh boy.
Again, it's not a pet peeve. I'm not like
Yeah.
going to lose sleep over this, but it is something I notice and go, huh.
Wow. Well, keep your eyes peeled. There's more.
I know the whole story. I've been noticing it the whole
Oh,
story, but there was like almost like it was like, hey, Rick doesn't like this. Let's really load up this one
yeah,
panel.
yeah. Wow. Way to
I got
think
to the point
ahead,
where
Jack.
I have a long fuse, Bob. I have a
Yeah,
very long fuse, but apparently we got
yeah,
to the end of it.
yeah. We got to the end of it.
Although the skies are overcast, the following day fate smiles on the fortunes of Cap and the Falcon. Carol Harding appears on the beach. I hope he meant what he said. I'd feel awful if he didn't come. Suddenly, what do we see?
we see a man, Rick, riding a horse through the surf toward her.
That man on the horse. It's him. I just know it's him. It's her. It's Carol Harding. This is going to be a fine day after all. Good morning. That's a beautiful animal you're riding. It must be fun to take him through the surf. If you'd come to join me, I'd be glad to share the experience. You're very kind, but Steve puts out his hand. I'm merely repaying kindness with kindness. Join me, Carol. You're my gifts this time. It is you, after all. The name is Steve. I thought it best to leave my mask at home. You deserve as much honesty and fairness as a man like myself can give. Thank you, Steve. I accept you as a friend and a charming mystery. Good. You've just earned your free ride on Kingpin. Is that what he calls it?
That's what he calls it. Yeah, we all have names, Rick.
That's the name of the horse.
Of course.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the finest horse. And by the way, she's now sitting in front of him. So he's got his hands on the rein, and 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 I think he is riding without his feet in the stirrups, and she's got her feet in the stirrups. That's very gentlemanly of
Very,
Steve,
very,
right?
yeah,
So
of course.
and then
Yeah.
he's riding behind her, and the horse is galloping through splashing through the surf. He's the finest horse at the local riding academy. What's more is he's known to be gentle with those who appreciate him. The weatherman was wrong. This is going to be a marvelous day. But Carol is unaware that she's been trailed by a hidden escort. And who are these two guys?
Well, again, we've got a couple toughs, and one of them has a pistol, and one of them has a rifle with a scope on it.
Mm-hmm. Idiot chick. She's finally flipped out. Picking up strangers will lead to trouble. Trouble for us? He could be a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. I think it's time for her to suffer a permanent relapse. What the heck? She's gonna die sooner or later. We'll get 'em both. If old man Harding hollers, we could put the blame on S.H.I.E.L.D. But out of nowhere comes the Falcon. Then you can mark this on the tab too, mister. And he takes the one with the rifle and slams him into the guy with the pistol. What? What? It's an air attack by a jock with wings. We've been staked out. And Falcon punches the first guy.
Crack!
Dimwits, when you tried to waste that girl, you blew your own safety margin. And he slams into the second guy.
Bam!
Ugh! As the Falcon subdues his quarry, the nearby sand dunes erupt with S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Put them in the freezer, boys. We've got a big job ahead of us. Don't we know it? The action's about to start. Back there at the estate. Hold still, you. Both guys are getting tied up.
Bam! Bam! Wham!
The shooting started. Our men are rushing the guards at the estate. I'll meet you there. And Falk goes into the air. Right on, Falcon. Give 'em hell. The Falcon soars aloft like a giant bird of prey. The sounds of battle rise and fall, stirring his blood like a natural instinct he must respond to. I'm glad the waiting's over. This part of the work is risky, but it's the best. The Shield men have forced an entrance into the estate. It's takeover time. And what do we see, Bob?
Well, we see the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents pouring through the gate. Some of them are charging toward the building with their guns and their assault rifles in hand, and we see a couple of them, basically taking the toughs into custody.
Keep those hands up. Into the main house. Clean it out. More shooting. That's certainly a hostile crowd in there. Inside the great house, death flies noisily in all directions. Resistance to the raid is savage and intense. The Falcon now realizes the grim fate that Carol might have suffered in the shootout. Let's go easy, mister, or I'll drop you hard. Do it. Do it. Okay. I know when I've had it. Blast you guys out. Ah! And it's a big shootout.
Yeah, this is an amazing full page splash, right? And it shows the depth of the house, but also the multi level nature of the house. There's stairs going up, and there's folks on each level of this house.
Rush them. Take them fast and disarm them. Don't chase those who try to use the rear doors. They're covered. And on the beach, we see Carol, who is leaning up a cliff next to a cliff as she's sitting on the sand. And Steve is making a fire in a little rock pit. And we see the horse tied up in the background. Just relax, Carol. There's nothing like a warm fire to help one enjoy a brisk day. Is there something wrong? You seem just listening. I thought I heard some loud noises in the direction of the estate. Steve thinks to himself, the raid is on. I know the Falcon will see it through with minimum difficulty. Perhaps I should cut this outing short and go back there. No, don't do that. Not yet. We owe each other a little more time. You know, one never realizes how lonely he is until he meets someone who lives with it continually. All by myself. You, Steve? You are lonely? Yes, because in these few moments with you, I found a sense of quiet contentment I seem to have lost somewhere in the distant past. But that hardly seems believable. Why? Well, what is there about me which leads you to say that? I may be a very dull fellow. Horse feathers! You're a man with a record of many battles, a wonderful man of action. But how can you possibly. Hey, what?
Bloop.
And a ball hits Steve right in the head. Goodness. And then Steve gets the ball. Looks like a. It's the color of a basketball, but it looks a little bigger than that.
Yeah, it looks like a medicine ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of does. And what are we looking at here, Bob?
Yeah, we we got four odd fellows on the beach. One of us has stolen the shirt from the Sandman.
Yeah.
The other one is wearing a T-shirt that says Jake's Garage. Another one looks to be Blob's younger brother,
Mm-hmm.
and the fourth guy is like in the back having a beer.
Yeah.
So
With his hand in his pants.
he's a little shifty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the uh oh gosh, what was it? Married with Children.
The Al Bundy,
He's
right?
got the
Yeah.
Al Bundy hand in his pants.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
And then the big guy, he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And then the Sandman guy, ha ha ha. Jake's garage guy's like, look at the expression on the college boy there. Ha ha. Don't get your wind up, college boy. It's not like you got put in the hospital by bad throw. That's true, fellas. But it would be nice if you played your game in some other area. It's a big beach, lots of space. Use it wisely. The answer to Cap's suggestion results in a rude tug of war. Take it easy. I was going to return the ball. So return it. Don't give speeches like some politician. Let go of the ball, college boy. You heard him. If you insist. I'm only too glad to oblige. And he takes the ball and pushes it into the guy's face.
Whap!
Get him! Oh! And just as Jake's garage guy goes for Steve, Steve ducks and he ends up going into the fat guys and he hits him in the gut. Where'd the college boy go? Sorry, piggy. Oh, that's not nice.
Oh, that's yeah, that's
That's not his name.
no, it's not. It can't be.
No. You fellas still want to play games? Ow, what happened? You belted me flat on my back. College boy's got some fast reflexes, but I'll slow him down. And he reaches for a big rock, about twice the size of his hand. Don't act like a child. Throwing rocks is a dangerous sport. And then he picks up a boulder over his head. Look at the rock he lifts. Come on, let's split. The guy's a nut. He must think he's Captain America. And Steve puts it back down. They're gone. A little simple psychology can mellow the most aggressive of intentions. Is that your philosophy, Captain America? What? What was that you said? Carol, you surely don't believe. I should have looked beyond your mask last night. I should have noticed the rest of your costume and that shield, Carol. And he takes her by both shoulders and holds her. Carol, there's so much I can't explain, but believe this. Whatever confidence I shared with you have come from deep inside me and are offered with genuine sincerity. Yes, I, I believe that too. I'm glad of that. For a girl who's had so little communication with people, you display an amazing amount of wisdom. That's not so difficult to explain, Steve. It's said that all truth is revealed to those who are about to die. And she goes into his chest and he puts his arms around her, but he has a look of surprise on his face, just like you just did, Bob.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
The last panel says tragedy of the heart is merely the lesser of the blows to be suffered by Captain America. Don't miss what follows in the next issue when Cap meets the man who sold the United States.
Wow. I'm left hanging on this one, Rick. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can wait.
Well, yeah, I mean, if this was an interesting turn of events from what we've been seeing with the Big Daddy Mad Bomb story. The first several pages are all finishing up the raid on the base, the hidden base, and then moves into this. And it is a little. Listen, I felt a little corny doing the dialogue.
Really?
I
You were
did.
tugging at my heartstrings a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
I don't know. Feel like it was. I don't know. It's very old fashioned, very written for a certain age bracket. Yeah, I don't know. Um, but I mean, it obviously misses the sophistication of today's comics. But um, it was an interesting depart from the story.
Yeah. Well, it slows it down, right?
Mhm.
Because the last few issues have been like a lot of action, a lot of Falcon Captain America action battling and Argyle Fisk trying to find the underground cavern and then taking it over. And this issue effectively slows the pace down a little bit so that it can be
Yeah, it
developed a
does.
little bit more.
Hmm.
So I think probably good. Gave Kirby a little bit of time maybe to figure out what the rest was going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
he's doing a bunch at this point, so yeah, he probably is trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
All right,
uh,
Bob, I go first. Believe it or not, it's been a while since we've done favorite panel, T-shirt worthy, and time capsule.
all right,
And I went back and I looked, and you did it the last time we did a Kirby, the Mad Bomb. I think was the last time we did
all
that.
right.
Um, so I go first, and I am going to say my favorite panel is going to be pages 2 and 3, double page splash.
Okay, that's a great choice.
It just,
Yeah,
I love the perspective. It's just,
yeah,
because you're at the top looking down in this gigantic room, and you see all of this machinery and very Kirby-esque style. You see some destruction, and you see the soldiers coming in and um, getting the various uh, bad guys to surrender in various heights. In some cases on the ground level, in some cases on the mid level, in some cases close to the viewer. I just like the perspective of it all, and how the
yeah,
story rolls. So I just thought, it's a cool double page splash by Kirby.
yeah. Great choice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's yours? What's your
Well,
favorite
I'm
panel?
going with that other single page splash
Mm,
of Falcon leading the Shield agents into the estate. So I love the perspective, like that double page splash. It shows, the different levels of the house, but it also has that depth. So you have that action going on in the foreground, but stuff
mm-hmm.
in the middle and stuff in the rear as well. So I mean, it's a very dense full page splash. There's a lot going on. It had to have taken a substantial amount of time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it definitely has that feel, that time period feel to it. Um, with the agents, with the way they're dressed and everything.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so Bob, what is going on your T-shirt?
Well, I think I am going to go 2 pages earlier than that. Is the lower left-hand panel. This is a Falcon panel
Mm,
where he has just delivered a left cross to one of the bad guys, and he says, "Dimwits, when you tried to waste that girl, you blew your own safety margin."
mm-hmm.
So again, last few times I've been like, I don't have enough Falcon apparel.
Okay.
I gotta have a Falcon T-shirt, and this one seems
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. I love the fact that you're looking at the Falcon as he's hitting that guy in front of him, and between him and you as the reader. So,
Yes, 100%. I like your
what,
choice.
yeah, what do you got going on a shirt?
Oh, Bob, I've got to go with the very last panel where Steve is holding Carol, and she says, "It's said that all truth is revealed to those who are about to die." I,
Wow, that's
I just
philosophical.
right. I think that would
Yeah.
be a ridiculous thing to put on a T-shirt and walk around with that, because people are gonna be like, "What? What?" And it's like, you ever see in I guess one of the comic book groups on Facebook, it's like panels out of context. Have you ever seen those?
Oh yeah,
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 yeah. Like this
yeah.
would be a panel out of context. Like no one except true Cap fans, Kirby fans would know what the heck this is from.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. All right. What about your time capsule?
My time capsule is going to be page 6, panel 6,
Uh-huh.
the nurse coming into the
Ah,
room
yeah.
with that outfit and that little
Oh
nurse
yeah.
cap
All
on.
right. Yeah.
That's that they don't wear that anymore. And
No, I don't. Well,
so
except at home. Yeah.
is that what
Yeah.
you do?
It's hard to
Is that
pin
what
it in
you?
my hair though. I got to
Yeah,
tell
do
you.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of had a dated feel to it.
All right. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
How about you? Time
Well, I am
capsule.
going to go 4 pages from the end. It's the lower left hand panel, and it's when she says horse feathers.
Hmm.
I love horse feathers. Who else says horse feathers?
No one.
No, Colonel Sherman Potter of the MASH 4077.
Does he?
He does. Yeah, that's one of his little sayings he likes to say. So immediately I'm thinking, oh yeah, well, of course, Harry Morgan didn't join the show until what, season 3 or something, I
Yeah, that
think.
was in the 80s, right?
Yeah, right. But clearly he was dating his language to an earlier time. And so
Mm-hmm.
I got to think, Kirby shared that same history with a Colonel Sherman
Sure.
Potter. And so horse feathers, I'm going to bring it back, buddy.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Look for it in the group.
Will do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun. And as I mentioned before, if you want to see how the Mad Bomb story ends, come back for episode 299. It comes out July 8th. So, right around Independence Day and right around our 250th anniversary, we're going to celebrate with the end of Mad Bomb. So, that'll be Captain America 199 and 200. So, come back for the end of Mad Bomb. And then next week, come back for that too.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that.
Yeah. All right, Bob, any final words for our listeners?
No, Rick, this has been a joy. You have stirred my heart with your rendering of Carol
Oh,
Harding.
I
And
meant to
so,
I meant to say something about that. Do you know what else that song reminds me of?
no, I have no idea.
Oh, the movie To Die For with Nicole Kidman.
Die for.
Matt Damon.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that.
Oh, you have to see that movie.
Is
It came
that
out,
song in the movie?
yes.
Huh.
It came out in 1995
All right.
and it's a story. And so, listen, Nicole Kidman's like 27 years old.
All right. Enough
All right.
said. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And um, she is a wannabe TV news weather person, and the amount of things she will do to get that role,
Uh huh.
and the scene where that song is played,
Uh
I
huh.
won't ruin it for you.
All right.
It is the most ridiculous, cringe scene that you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
oh. But you'll every time you hear the song, you'll think of this.
That hits home because people knew what I had to do to get this spot, this gig.
That's
So
right.
I'm
Yeah.
saving that for my memoirs.
Oh boy. Please let it be after I'm gone. All right. Well, for Bob Lucius, I'm Rick Verbanis, and we thank you for listening to another episode of the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast. Inside the great house, death flies noiselessly. Noisily. Inside the great house, death flies noisily. 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 Inside the great house, death flies noisily. Why can't I just, why doesn't it flow? Noisily.
You've outthought it now.
I know, right?